art, man. Take your word for it.
This wound is relatively fresh, inflicted while the victim was still alive. Abrasion to the epidermal layers confirms the somewhat crude removal of a tattoo. I've already scanned that piece of evidence. I should search the rest of the body. The position of this scar indicates the victim underwent surgery to remove one of their kidneys. A plate made of tantalum, used here for a cranial fracture, most probably the result of a boxing accident. The victim's calloused knuckles would only be acquired by a professional fighter. Alfred, the victim's name is Ella Montgomery.
It appears the kidney was donated to a twin sister who unfortunately died. This seems to have been the catalyst for her boxing pursuits, and hence the cranial injury. She went missing in Huntsville, Alabama.
What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
If I'm going to stop this killer, I should analyze the body I found on the rooftop of the Gotham Herald.
What's Riddler want Catwoman for anyway? I thought it was all about the bat.
Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary, a small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six. Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search.
Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition.
Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
I'm going to stop this killer. Investigating the body I found on the rooftop of the Heavenly nightclub will help me track him down.
Has the Arkham Knight killed the Bat yet? He's all talk. So Riddler just let a bunch of guys go. Really? No severance? Nothing. Man, what have I been saying? It's time the muscle in this town unionized. I ain't heard from Beeks in ages. I think he went all religious or something.
Alfred, I found a fourth victim.
Highly regrettable, Master Bruce. All we can do is hope this body yields some clues as to the killer's identity.
There's a bullet lodged deep in the upper bicep. This type of ammunition is predominantly used with a hunting rifle that hasn't been manufactured in over a decade. An irregularity on the victim's chest. It appears to be a birthmark, quite distinctive. The left foot is missing several toes. The site of amputation suggests the removal of non-viable tissue in the treatment of frostbite.
Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Robert Kincaid.
He was a microbiologist who worked for Stag Enterprises. Many believe the shooting was connected to Kincaid's knowledge of controversial research, although that remains unverified. He took a teaching post in Atlanta, which is where he was reported missing.
That's 3 victims, all of them abducted in various places around the country. Keep looking for a connection, Alfred.
Right you are, sir.
The writing by the bodies suggests the killer has a higher purpose. It's as if these weren't good enough for what he has in mind.
Do you think there are other victims?
Yes, and I don't know what he has planned for them. Investigating the body I discovered on the rooftop of Ted's Electronics will help track the killer. He's still out there and needs to be stopped.
No, if you killed Scarecrow years ago, then Barbara would still be alive. Hell, if you killed me years ago, Jason Todd would still be alive. There's a pattern here, Detective.
Batman's here! Engage! Go on, run! Hide! We'll find you! Unmanned tanks patrol the city. It's creepy. Like the robots that take it over. It's gonna happen, and there's not a damn thing Batman can do about it.
The victim is fitted with an ocular prosthesis. This specific type of medical-grade acrylic was used only once during a trial 5 years ago. I've seen that pattern of scar tissue before. It's a bite mark. Analyzing its radius points to a species of Selachomorpha. This particular variety of shark is only found in the waters off the coast of North Gotham. Signs of trauma to the upper arm. At some point, titanium screws have been implanted to repair a fractured humerus. Alfred, the victim's name is Lisa Mendez.
She had quite a troubled upbringing, sir. Orphaned age 9, foster homes, drug abuse. She developed a talent for surfing, hence the shark attack. Tragically, it's also how she lost her boyfriend. She was working for a Christian charity in Tucson, Arizona, when she went missing.
Have you found anything linking the victims?
I can find no personal or professional links between the victims, but they each went missing near state parks or playing fields.
Try and find anything connecting those places.
Of course, sir. I'll look into it.
Someone killed, mutilated, and posed a body on Merchant Bridge. If I'm going to stop them, then I need to investigate the crime scene for clues.
You ever wonder if this whole thing is some kind of psychological experiment? Like we're all just pawns in somebody's twisted game? No? Yeah, me neither. Watch out for the bat. I'm not getting caught like last time. I bet I could take these militia guys. There's a friggin' army out there, and they ain't killed them yet.
Alfred, I found a fifth victim.
I feared you would, sir.
A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads, Ophelia. The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent.
scan of that distinguishing feature is already complete. There'll be more to find.
Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect.
Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Do the details of the disappearance match with the others?
They do indeed, sir. Also, your request to cross-reference the parks and playing fields has proved fruitful. I've come across some leasing documentation that appears to have been falsified. Someone is attempting to cover their tracks.
Find out anything you can, Alfred. We couldn't have done anything to prevent these deaths, but we can still save others. The killer is mutilating and posing as victims and then putting them on display.
He left opera music playing at the crime scene. He wants them to be found.
Abducting people and mutilating their bodies. I'm going to find this killer, Alfred.
I think his penchant for opera is a clue, sir.
Abducting people, stripping away their identity, killing them. This man's deranged. He needs to be stopped.
Following the source of the opera music has proved fruitful so far this evening, sir. I suggest you continue.
Well, there's a killer out there, Alfred. He must pay for what he's done.
The opera music seems as though it's all part of this sick game, sir. It's a clue we ignore at our peril.
Time to hunt down this killer, Alfred, before it's too late.
You can't stay hidden forever, sir. I suggest you keep listening out for that opera music.
The killer is mutilating and posing his victims and then putting them on display.
He left opera music playing at the crime scene. He wants them to be found.
Abducting people and mutilating their bodies. I'm going to find this killer, Alfred.
I think his penchant for opera is a clue, sir.
Scarecrow on those billboards. I'm kinda hoping for a power outage. This time tomorrow I go dark. Got my money, got a new identity lined up. No one will find me. Mistake coming here. This ain't Bloodhaven. Hey, I'm from Bloodhaven. Yeah? I always thought there was something wrong with you. You know, Hugo Strange used to lecture us like Scarecrow, but he sent food packages too, you know? saying, who do you think he is, the Arkham Knight?
And I'm just saying, I don't care. He's the guy who pays me. That's a... Look up! This place, over here! I'm gonna get this guy back on his feet. Where? By the turret controls. I'm standing around for cover roll! Put this way! He's getting away! After him! We actually killed...
I own the sky now.
Out of the sky or drive up in his tank right now, and I drop in like that. Wouldn't even blink. You hear that, Batman? Come and get me! I own the sky now.